because there's no nerve sitting there taking information from the brain to tell them anything different. So it's not inherent in the tissue. It's coming from the brain entirely. And that's important because now we go, okay, we live in a society where everybody's really sensitive. We want everybody to be comfortable. This is a great book, The Comfort Crisis, written recently. I forget the author's name off the top of my head, but he's discussing this problem with how comfortable we are and how much that is destroying possibly our physical health, our mental well-being, and how much his own changed as a result of going on. He did like I don't remember how many weeks, like a 3-week long caribou hunt in Alaska, and it was like dealing with all of the, roughing it out there and camping and the winds and, and it's a beautifully written book and his experience with that. And so we're looking at this like, here's our society where everybody wants to both be comfortable and to make sure nobody else gets hurt. We don't realize that we are the ones that hurt ourselves. Outside of physical brute force, we are the ones that hurt ourselves. And so I'm sharing this with people and I'm going, so when I'm pushing on this area in your back with a stick, or when I'm, when we're breathing and it's really uncomfortable, or when you're holding a position like a push-up position for a long period of time, and you start to experience something that feels like it's uncomfortable or it's painful, I want you to question that. I want you to ask, is that actually pain or is that just information that I'm making into pain? And what else might be going on? And can I experience this as pleasure instead? Since all it is information. And you would be surprised. There have been so many times where even with a big heavy whip, these Cossack whips that they're using, as I've been hit, they sting sometimes. But there have been other times where it has felt like I was a drum and that whip hit and it was this glorious feeling of like music running through my body, this vibrating thrum that went through everything, and it felt pleasant, not like a tickle by any stretch of the imagination. And it was in the wake of that pleasure of being hit that all of that spaciousness starts to show up. And people frequently, like most of the time when I'm working with them physically and doing this deep tissue work, that's an experience that they end with, where there's this opening and they just feel calm and clear on the inside. And I go, that is the closest we've found to who you really are. And you can see how there's nothing wrong with it. Never has been. It's perfect. It just got buried under all of this tension and all this thought and all this worry.